Hello, welcome to the race briefing for the Outlaw X, Thoresby Park. My name's Ian Hamilton. I'm one of the race directors of the Outlaw Triathlon series. Thank you for watching. Over the next few minutes I'm going to give you a summary of things related to the event, but it's really important that you read your race information as well. Thank you for supporting us, thank you for your entries. We obviously hope you have a great day, and we also look forward to seeing you next year. So currently I'm stood right next to the swim start, obviously, and the lake, and this is where you'll be doing your 1900 metre swim.
On Saturday, everything will be happening slightly later because of the road closures for the Outlaw Sprint Triathlon. The expo and parking will open at 10:30. Registration and transition will now open at 11 AM. We will continue to have the Future Outlaw at 2:30, with registration and transition now closing at 3 PM and the site overall locking down at 4 PM. Registration. This will happen between 11 AM and 3 PM on the Saturday. Remember, everybody needs to collect their race pack the day before. Before we come to registration, please make sure you know your race number, and you'll be able to find this from outlawtriathlon.com. When you get to registration, you'll need to show some type of ID. That can either be your BTF 2023 race license or another type of photographic ID. One tip, there's not a lot of reception, so please screenshot your ID. The other thing, if you need to purchase a day license to race, then obviously you can do that, and that will cost you £6 at registration. Inside your race pack, you should find the following. You should have 2 sticker sets, 1 car parking pass if you've pre-purchased it. If not, you'll need to purchase one at registration. 2 race numbers, one for the front, one for the back, a security wristband to help you get into transition, a swim hat that must be worn, and also you'll be collecting your timing strap as well as your timing chip. As we've said, bike racking will also happen on Saturday, and this will be between 11 AM and 3 PM. There will be 4 slots, all of 60 minutes each. We have allocated you a slot, which ideally you'll get to. The benefit of this is there are just less queues for people. Please make sure when you come in to transition, you will need to be wearing your security wristband, which will be shown as you come in. And also, please fix your bike security stickers onto your bike before you come in. On Saturday, take time to review the site. Go into transition, work out where the swim starts, where the swim will come out, where the bike goes out and the run goes out. Any questions you have there, just speak to one of the crew. They'll be there to help you. At 8 o'clock, the sprint triathlon will be starting. At 1 o'clock, there'll be a transition walk through myself, so just meet in transition for that walk. At 2:30, there will be the Future Outlaw event, and then the site will be closing down at 4 o'clock. Don't forget, friends and family can join you. There's the expo, so any last minute purchasers buying any official Outlaw merchandise, but there will obviously be food and drink caterers as well. Please don't be late. It's really important that we close the site at 4 o'clock. We just have other things that we must do to set up the event. Okay, and finally, when leaving your bike overnight, make sure you only leave items that are firmly attached. It can get windy and we wouldn't want anything blowing off. For those people that are in the teams, only one person has to attend on Saturday, and this one person will register and rack your bike. So remember, it's important to bring all IDs and any BTF licenses if you have any. All people in the team will require a BTF day license for the event, which will cost £6 if you haven't already pre-purchased. During the event, teams will use their timing chip as their baton. All the teams will be racked together. Just remember that tagging actually will take place next to the bike. So once your swimmer's finished, your swimmer will then run to the bike, tag your cyclist. Once the cyclist is finished, the cyclist needs to re-rack their bike and then they can tag their runner. Remember now, everything's changed since COVID, and so the whole team can come along the finish carpet and finish together. Moving on to race day. So the big day will start at 5:45, and that will be when the car parks open. Transition itself will open at 6 a.m. We will be inviting swimmers to the start from 6:45. Check what time your to the start time is. There's no specific requirements for you to go in any type of number order. All we request that you do is you start in your set of 100 swimmers. You can seed yourself within that 100. That is not a problem. The swim itself will start from 7 a.m. and this will be a time trial start, and you'll be starting in groups of 2. As you'll probably know, we have now changed the swim, and it is now 2 laps of 950 metres each. Remember, it'll take you a good 5 minutes to walk to the swim, and as I said before, you'll be called down in blocks of 100, but you can start whenever you want. There'll be a timing mat on the pontoon, and that will take your specific start time. The swim loop is very, very simple. Within reason, it's a square and it's in an anti-clockwise direction. The cut-off for the swim is 1 hour and 10 minutes, and then you have a further 10 minutes to get and leave transition. So, there will be a full swim safety team to ensure your well-being. Remember though, if in trouble, please raise your hand and make as much noise, and the kayak or safety team will come to your assistance. Anybody with a medical condition, please remember, collect a white hat either from enquiries at registration or down at the swim start. The bike is 1 lap and it's 56.8 miles, and it's quite an undulating loop. It's on a mixture of open, closed and semi-closed roads. However, a lot are with managed junctions. However, it's important, treat all roads as being completely open and always proceed with caution at junctions. On the bike course, there'll be 4 types of official vehicles. We'll have the NEGs, the National Escort Group, and they will to make sure you're riding within the rules of the sport and the rules of the road. The NEGs are our main source of communications, and they will have direct communications with the control room. So if you do need assistance, they are the people to talk to. We'll also have our Outlaw support vehicles on course. If you have a mechanical incident, they will hopefully get to you, help you and get you moving again. There will also be medical support vehicles on the course, and finally our own Outlaw sweeper vehicle. Remember, drafting is 12 metres, and the other important thing is no dropping of litter whatsoever during the event. As you know, we say if you can carry it when it's full, you can carry it when it's empty. There's a bike feed station at 34 miles, which will be hosted by Lincoln Tri. Please drop off any bottles as you approach the feed station in the litter drop zone, and you will collect a pre-filled either water bottle or High Five Energy citrus bottle. There are also High Five Energy gels, both caffeinated and non-caffeinated, along with toilets at the feed station. During the week before the event, we will be marking out the course. Look out for any large yellow arrows. Remember, if you need to turn left or turn right, there will be an arrow before the junction, an arrow on the junction, and then an arrow after the junction. This is just to make sure you know exactly where you're going. If you don't see an arrow though, please don't turn. Any road defects themselves, we will spray an orange spray. So if you see any type of orange on the surface, please be careful, make a decision on whether it's better to go to the left or the right, if at all possible. There'll be a timing point for our tracker at 3 miles and 38 miles, and this will keep our live tracker updated and accurate. When you get back into transition, please make sure that you re-rack in the same position, and don't forget there are toilets and a litter drop zone in transition. The cut-off of the bike is 4 hours to cycle, so that's a cumulative time of 5 hours 10, again with an additional 10 minutes to get out of transition. The run is 3 laps around the stunning Thoresby estate. It's undulating and it's partly on-road, partly off-road and partly on grass. This is a completely private estate, and unfortunately that does mean that spectators will be limited to where they can spectate, and also it is not possible to do pre-event recce's. In total, you will pass 9 feed stations alone. These will be approximately 1.5 miles apart. On each of the feed stations, you'll find High Five Energy, High Five Zeros, and a mixture of energy gels, both caffeinated and non-caffeinated, plus bananas. There's also a toilet and a drop zone for litter at each of those feed stations. After completing your first and second laps, turn left and continue on to your third lap. After completing the third lap, you'll turn right and go to the finish. There is a cut-off point after 2 laps, which is 7 hours 30 cumulative for your time, and the cut-off for the whole event is 9 hours. Okay, the finish. After completing your 3 laps, make your way onto the famous orange carpet. We welcome you to bring down your friends and family. We're unique. We're the only people that offer and really encourage this. However, we would say, please, we'd like you to reduce it just to 2 people. This is based on capacity on the finish line and also making sure that everyone gets that spectacular finish line photo. Once you've gone through the finish, please collect your very well-earned t-shirt and medal. Don't forget, after the event, there is a free meal for athletes in the Athletes Cafe. Some information about the campsite that we'll be hosting at Outlaw X Thoresby. You can check in from 4 o'clock on Friday until 8 p.m. on Friday. On Saturday, check-in times are 10:30 until 4 p.m. and this is because of the road closure for the Outlaw Sprint event that's happening on Saturday. The latest time that you can check out will be Monday, and that's 10 a.m. on Monday morning. If you've got friends and family that aren't able to come to the event with you, we will have a live tracker which will be available on outlawtriathlon.com. Don't forget, this is an approximate tracker and we can't guarantee that it's 100% accurate all the time. It is based on working out your average times and our expectations of where you're going to be. If you are lucky enough to get in the top 3, if your top 3 overall, presentation will be 1 p.m. for that. And if you're a top age grouper and you come in the top 3, presentation is planned for 4 p.m.
Welcome back. We've now moved to next to the finish line for this epic event. We hope you've learned something over the last few minutes. Don't forget, it is really important though to read your race information. Just want to say a few thank yous. Thank you obviously to all of you, the athletes, and all of your supporters. Obviously it's really important that you continue to support our events now and the near future, but also thank you to literally the thousands of crew and volunteers and clubs that also help at all of our events, which it wouldn't be possible without them. This specific event, we've got Lincoln Tri Club, we've also got Team Manvers, we've got Louth Tri, Team 100% and Mansfield Tri Club. So they're going to be out on the bike course and on the run course supporting you. So thank you very much for watching. We hope you've learnt a little bit more about the event to make your event obviously possibly faster, more fun, but ultimately more safely. We look forward to seeing you shortly. Bye bye.